Hey, what's going on, guys? In this quick video I want to show you how you can secure your command server by using a short script which can save you a lot of time and headache. So what we will do is we will create a new user, we will update all the packages, we will configure fail to ban, we will enable uncomplicated firewall, we will harden the SSH access by deactivating the root login, enabling your new user for SSH. We will change the default port for SSH. We will deactivate the password authentication so you can only log in via SSH. And we will automatically disconnect users in case of an incorrect login. And we will deactivate unused SSH functions. Okay, and before we start configuring our server or even buying one, we will have a look at my IDE, because we will not configure all this stuff manually by hand, but instead we're going to use something called CloudInit. CloudInit is an open source tool for automating the initial setup of your cloud instance, like your virtual machines. Basically, it's a YAML file which will contain the commands and the configuration, and it will run once when the server will boot. So yes, right here we have the complete CloudInit, which I will explain you now in detail. So the first block of our CloudInit file will contain the user which you will create. So yeah, first you have to start with this comment. So this is just needed so it's parsed correctly. You will just always have this in your CloudInit files. And now we start with the first block. So I'm creating a new user here called Django. He's in the admin group. He has no password. And one important thing here is I've added an SSH authorized key to this user. This is required so that you can actually SSH into this user. So this key will be added in his SSH authorized keys file. And yes, so you should replace this here with your own SSH key. Then the next block are the packages we will install, and we will update all packages. So we will install fail to ban, and we will install the uncomplicated firewall. So CloudInit gives us the opportunity to run actual CLI commands. We will define them in this YAML file. We will define them in this run command block. And the first thing we will do is we will configure fail to ban, and it will help us to protect against brute force attacks, and it will ban all attackers for 10 minutes after 5 failed login attempts. For this, we're running a printf command to print the actual config, and we're piping it into the fail to ban config. And then we are just enabling it. Next, we are enabling the firewall. For this, we are allowing the port 2222. This will be the SSH port. Next, we are allowing the port 80 for HTTP and HTTPS on port 443. And yes, that's it. And we're enabling it. And then the next part will be some SED commands. This is like an inline text edit command. It allows us to search by regular expressions and edit files. And we are editing different configs here. For example, like in the SSHD config, we're setting permit root login to no. We're disabling password authentication. All this stuff I explained in the beginning what we are disabling. So yeah, we're setting up different files, we're configuring them, and yeah, that is it almost. Then at the end, this is actually false. here's a list of allowed users, and yeah, so like which users are allowed to SSH into the server, and yeah, it has to be our user, right? So we created a user Django, and this should be the same user here. And after setting everything up, we need to restart the server. For that, we can just run the reboot command. Okay, now we can SSH into the server. For this, you can run the normal SSH command. Just keep in mind, this time the port will be 2222. You can specify the port with the -p flag. And in my case, I also had to use the -i flag because I'm not using my default SSH key, and I had to specify the path to the correct private key. And yeah, now let's go, and we are in, and now we can check if, for example, the firewall is running. So we can run UFW status. You need to be root. Okay, so then let's say sudo and yeah, now I'm root, and now the command should work, right? So status, and yeah, so these are the rules we saw before, like 2022 for the for SSH, port 80 for HTTP, and so on. And yeah, so now your server is set up, and yeah, that's it.